Hi friends, and welcome back to Lori's Crafty Corner. Today's video is going to be a layout share, and these are all, well, not these, but I have the other pile over here. It'll be of all the layouts that I made in August and in September. I divided it up into like the months, so this is the August pile, and over here I have the September file. Pile, not file, pile. I'm just briefly going to go through them because all of these have process videos up on my channel, but I always like to make these flip throughs because sometimes I know that sometimes we can't watch all the process videos, but if you see something that caught your eye here, you can go and look at it through my, look for it in my channel videos. I try that whenever I upload the layout share video, I always try to update my playlists. So if you look for playlists for Scrap the Boys, you'll find all the Scrap the Boys layouts there. I have a playlist for Shimmers, Spiegel Mob Scraps, Confessions of a Paper Addict layouts, and CSI Design Team. So if any of those catch your eye, you can go to the playlists and look at them there. They aren't in any particular order. I just, this is for August, so I just stuck them there. One thing that you'll notice, and I am all the more grateful for that, is that through maybe April, May, June, July, I was making lots of layouts. But I decided in August and in September to take it down a notch, just focus on the design team layouts that need to be completed, and hopefully, and go basically from there. And the reason I did that was because I was noticing that I was getting a bit burned out, and most of my layouts were turning into bland layouts. For lack of a better word. So what I did was okay, I'm gonna take things a bit slower. I was designing homemade kits, things from my stash, to use up during that month, but I realized that, it really, made me stick too much to a certain, theme and whatnot. So basically what I decided to do was from October, November, and December, I'm not using any kits. I'm just going to look for the picture and then pull from my stash items that I think will work better for my layouts. So this first layout is for the Scrap the Boys design team, and the mood board for that month was to put a flower on it, and I did. I used actually 3 flowers to use on my layout. This is for the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team. I used 2 wreath cut files. Again, all of these layouts have a process video on my channel, so you can just, if you like this and you want to see all the little details, just go to the Confessions of a Paper Addict playlist. I used the same cut file twice. I cut it in some hot pink paper and then in a lighter pink paper. The lighter pink is slightly smaller than the darker pink. This was for the CSI design team, Color Stories Inspiration design team, and the mood board was it had a caravan, and it was to use pinks, teals, blues, so I did that onto this layout. This was for the Spiegel Mob Scraps design team. I wanted to go with sort of more of a monochromatic feel to it. I've added, these stars are from Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file, and I used lots of sequins. Let's see here, there you can pick them up as they sparkle. And I love this. Most of the items that I used for the August layouts are from Chamel's Never Grow Up collection. This is another layout for Confessions of a Paper Addict. I had these feathers in my stash. I just stuck them there and then embellished the rest of the layout. Yet another layout for Confessions of a Paper Addict using the cut file Ready, Set, Go. I used it, I used some of I backed some of the words with the picture, and I just couldn't make this picture fit into any of these letters, so I just left it towards the side. This was also for the CSI Color Stories Inspiration Design Team. I used actually 2 mood boards from August. The CSI design team has 3 mood boards that post every month. One posts towards the beginning of the month, the other one after the 15th, and with the 15th, with the one that posts on the 15th, we also get the cold case file, which is when we use older material. This one and this one were regular design team case files. So this one was for the first of the month, and this is where I saw this. Yeah, this is where the H goes. So don't worry, before I store my layouts, I store my layouts in a box because I feel like it just helps with they don't dent as much as if they were like back to back in an album. So before I do that, I make sure that I have all my journaling in. I make sure that if I have like branding strips still attached to them, I cut them off. If anything hangs out, I also cut it off before they make it into the box. This was for the Shimmers design team, and I used the negatives from a cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict. Did lots of mixed media on my background, did a lot of mixed media in the stars as well, and just kept my embellishing to a minimum because I had a lot going on with the stars. This was for the Spiegel Mom Scraps design team. I hand stitched sequins all around the border of the patterned paper, and I love that I went with different color schemes depending on the patterned paper. And then I embellished with Never Grow Up as well. This one is a huge shaker pocket, and this was using the Shimmers color kits from August. It has elements from the whole color kits. It has the dots, it has the sequins. This is a cut file, and other colors that you see here are from that kit. This one has another shaker pocket. From time to time, I like to create, big shaker pocket. That means that I need to re-glue an edge over here. From time to time, I like to create big shaker pockets so that I can use up sequins that I have in my stash. This was for the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team. I modified the cut file because this is the camera's cut file from August, and ideally you could use them the way that they're designed. You can use them individually, but I removed the outer edge to make it sort of like a background of cameras, and that's what I made a shaker pocket out of. This was yet another layout for the Shimmers. Let me toss out the runaway sequence. This was for the Shimmers design team, and here I've used more fall tones. I used rose gold red, I used Bed of Roses, and this yellow one is called Rolling in the Hay. And I wanted to try out to make like a more masculine layout, and I did, and I achieved it. I'm glad for that. This layout was made for Audrey Yeager's summer scrapping series. I think this year she only made it for 2 weeks. Sometimes she makes it 3 weeks long, and typically she makes a layout for one day and then she invites someone else to, join along with her. But everyone just does their own theme. As long as it refers to summer, it's okay. So here, I went crazy with my embellishing. I added lots of mixed media. I've used sequins. These are faux shaker pockets. The sequins are actually stuck down. And yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. So if you look for it right on, or Audrey Yeager's summer scrapping series, you'll be able to see it. And then finally, I have, oops, what is that? Little ant. Anyways, so this layout was for the Spiegel Mom Scraps design team when she started out with the new stitchable cut file. So these hearts are from her shop as well, and I hand stitched the sequins as well here. And I did it in color coordinated because these 3 pictures were taken in 3 different times. If you look at it, it has blue, pink, and yellow, so I really wanted to play up with that. Now, let me switch over to the September pile. Alright, so this is my stack for the September layouts made in September. Oops, let me put them in frame. This layout was made for the September YouTube school hop that was organized by Sarah Scraps. If you look it up in my channel, it'll link you all to a list of 39 other videos that lots of scrappy people from YouTube made. Lots of inspiration. I went more, yes, the photos are school themed, and I included ABC Go as a play on words for my title, but I didn't, apart from like this sticker that's in the shape of a book, and apart from the paper that has books in it, I didn't use anything that was like school themed. So it was, it's good to see different things like that. Then this one is for the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team. I used the String of Stars cut file, and I used the negatives as well to add a bit more stars to the whole layout, and added some stars with a bit of stenciling using some Shimmers foils. This is for the Scrap the Boys design team, and our challenge for this month was to use lots of mixed media, and I did. So I used, I have a lot of layers of mixed media. So I have shimmer sprays that have like dribbled down. I have a layer of modeling paste using a stencil to give it a bit of texture. There you can see it. And then I went over with a brush and some more shimmers on top of the modeling paste as well. And I have tone-on-tone sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps as well. And I love how this layout turned out. This was for the CSI design team using case file 333. The mood board had a lot of like school themed vibes to it and motifs. So I used a picture that was taken right after I got home from school when my little brother was born. For some reason I have like a lot of dust on the layout. And then I just filled up the empty spaces with embellishments. Most of them are from One Canoe 2. This is for the Shimmers design team. I made my own background, added a bit of texture with some modeling paste, colored up these doilies, and then placed my photos like so. This was made, ooh, and I'm missing a couple of words, a couple of letters. Need to make sure that when I put them back in the box that they, whoops, this one doesn't want to come off, that they are properly stuck down. I'm missing an E. Anyways, so this layout was made for the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team, and I used this cut file and I cut it out twice. I cut it out as you see here, and then in a smaller size, and used the smaller one as a stencil throughout my layout, so to make my own background. This was also using, this was also for the Shimmers design team, and it was using the September color kits. I used all the elements. I used the cut file, which is this gorgeous flower. I've used the colors and the dots, as well as the paper clips. And I love this layout. It's very dimensional because the flowers add a lot of dimension, but I love it. I love it all the same. This is for the Spiegel Mom Scraps design team. And what I did for some, I wanted to use the colors from the pictures as inspiration, and Buzz Lightyear is lime green and purple. So I used the colors and from that and pulled out. What I did was I arranged my pictures in a diagonal form, and I used a 6x8 pattern paper from Chamel's Never Grow Up collection, filled the green area in with some green sequins, and added some purple sequins more on the outskirts where the purple paper is. And I love this. I love how this turned out. This is for the... Actually, this is not a September layout. It was made in September, but not for September. It's actually, you'll see this up in my channel in October. So let me put this one over here. This one was made for the Spiegel Mom Scraps design team, and I used the pattern paper to my advantage. I just filled in the centers of the fireworks with some sequins, and then added a couple of the white ones that resemble miniature, let me see if you can see it there, that resemble miniature sequins, of course, miniature fireworks, and then kept my embellishments tight around my pictures. And I love how it turned out. This one is also for October. It shouldn't even be here. Yeah, okay, now, good. Now this layout is for Shimmer's design team, and I was inspired by using this patterned paper. Is actually one of the patterned papers that you see on a collection kit where you get a glimpse of all the patterns that you have there. Not only that, but I fussy cut it out and used each of these strips of color and made a sort of made it look like the color had melted onto my paper. Then I added my embellishments towards the bottom, and yeah, I like how this turned out. And this final layout is for the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team. I used the In the Garden cut file. For me, it seemed like it was like a cluster of fall leaves, so I used it as as an inspiration for my layout. So I made my first fall layout in September, and most of the embellishments are either One Canoe 2 or Simple Stories, and I've added my mixed media and all of that good stuff. And yeah, this is layout 24. Originally I counted up 26, but I had 2 that are from October, so I made 24 layouts during August and September, which is good. It's roughly 12 layouts per month, so it's good. It's good to be creative. So guys, that's it for this layout share. I didn't want to be one of those those YouTubers that say, subscribe to my channel or whatnot. But yeah, if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that, the subscribe button that you see over here. Like my videos. You can also share my videos. Help me spread inspiration around everywhere so that everyone can get inspired and, use up their scrapbook stash, get their stories documented. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you back soon with another process video. Take care.